Hey guys, welcome to another edition of ModMen. Here with GetSomeFast.com and Full Spectrum Performance. And we're going to be unboxing a set of Ohlin's Road and Track coilovers for the Mitsubishi Evolution 10 Evolution X. With that, we're going to get started. Alright, so what we have in the first box here, we're going to open the smaller box first. These are going to be your upper strut mounts, your camber plates, and your springs, and the assemblies, the nuts and bolts required to put those on to the shock body of the damper. Got some stickers here. They're fun. You can advertise what's on your car, so it's easier for people to steal it. And the first thing we're going to pull out of the box here are the front upper strut mounts. These are going to bolt onto the top of the strut. And the nice thing about the Mac strut is you can adjust your camber alignment right there at the upper strut mount or the top hat. So we're going to pull out of the box the springs. Alright, so we've got front springs and rear springs here. Now the OEM spring rates are linear in the front, progressive in the rear. Front spring rates are 195 pounds per inch. With the Ohlins, you're getting 572 pounds per inch on the spring rate. That's a huge bump in spring rate, but the nice thing about a quality package like this is you're going to have your dampers or your struts. They're going to be valve matched for the spring rate that comes with them. Now on the rears, the OEM is a progressive spring rate, and that's a little bit better for your cars that do your daily driver. They pull daily duty, on the road, or you might take them to the track once in a while. So with the progressive rate of the stock springs on Evolution, that spring rate is going to start out at 165 pounds per inch, and it's going to go all the way up to 212 pounds per inch once that spring is fully compressed. So you get a very variable spring rate there, but OEMs do this to find or try to strike a good balance between ride comfort, ride quality, and performance application. So for a car like the EO10, which is a great performance car, you get the best of both worlds, what they're trying to do there. So that's what we have in this first box. We're going to clear the table and get on to the second box. So we're on to the second box now. I pulled a couple of things up, or this first package here. You got your owner's manual. If you ever have any questions, you can find this online, or you can refer directly to the pamphlet they give you. In case you lose it, just go online to Ohlin's website and you'll find it. These are impressively important. These are your suspension wrenches. Now what these are going to allow you to do is set your ride height and your spring preload once we get in here and start looking at these things actually. Next thing come up, spring perches. Awesome. You have the external adjustment for the rears here. The factory location of where the upper strut mount bolts into the rear of the car on the Evolution X is a little bit unfavorable, especially if you like to have a different damping setup to go between a track or daily driving. You've got your front and rear dust covers, rear shocks. And so the last piece we're going to pull out of or one of the last pieces we're going to pull out of this box is the rear shock bodies. I love Ohlin's. They're awesome stuff. You're going to pay a pretty penny, but you're going to get every penny back in performance. These are single adjustable. You've got your single adjustment knob up here at the top. You have your ride height adjustment ring, independent of your spring preload rings, with an inverted strut right here. Alright, so the piston up here is very beefy, and the shock body is obviously very beefy as well. Now what the inverted strut does for the shock is it allows it to handle a lot more load, a lot more stress than a conventional strut, because the shock body here is handling the majority of the stress or the majority of the load rather than the piston that sits in the strut body. You're going to get longer life out of your struts, and they're going to perform better. And that's the last piece. We're going to get into the last piece in this box and pull out the fronts, and we'll show you about those.
I'm here.
So the last pieces to pull out of the box are your front shock bodies. And immediately you noticed a big beefy construction, right? A large piston inside the shock body. Once again, your ride height adjustment is independent of a spring preload, your spring push here, and you've got your compression and rebound and a single knob down at the bottom. Once we get these assembled, we'll show you what they look like assembled, and we'll get them on the car. Cool. All right, so we got through the unboxing. Now we're ready to put the stuff on the car. First, you got to assemble it. So we've got one of the fronts fully assembled here, and one of the rears fully assembled, and then everything laid out in order. Now on the front, you're going to have to cut 20 millimeters off the dust cover. That's going to slip right over the front strut, just like that. The springs for the front, easy to identify. They're going to have a number code, right? This 100C that you're looking at right there, that's for the fronts, and then in the same spot on the rears, you're going to have a 70C, and that's how you're going to tell your front springs from your rear springs. So they're not going to have that in the instruction manual. Very, very easy to put together. Everything's right there in the instructions. And once again, you're getting a great piece of kit right here. Minimal tools to put it together, and we're going to get these on the car.